Hello, everybody. Today I'll be debating against why the PC is a better purchase than the console. To start with, previously there have been many valid reasons brought up to the argument on why the PC is greatly superior in terms of video gaming and gaming in general. But in actuality, the PC triumphs over the console in almost every category, which includes affordability. Now, most console gamers don't mind the PC. They just prefer utilizing the console, which is completely fine. Don't mind me, that's great, good on you. But the group I'll be refuting against today is a vocal minority of console gamers that will not stop just to try and prove at everyone that their desired gaming platform is undoubtedly superior device. The points that most of them bring up are just lies and misinformation on how the PC is not worth the money you pay or how it's too expensive, and how the console is simple and quick to set up, which apparently makes it better. Now, I'm gonna quote right now from 12 Reasons The Console Gaming Beats PCs by Steve Jarrett on TechRadar. Paragraph number 3, it just works. To prove that I'm not just throwing, accusations out of my mouth. Oh, how we console owners point and chuckle at the PC website where the incumbent expert attempts to explain to some poor sap that is 3 month old and thus obsolete. Quad AMD 3000 and NVIDIA Orgasmo card won't actually run generic FPS 10. Does he mean 10 FPS? Whatever. Because it's got a driver 1.1 instead of 1.1A. Try this. Go to the shop, buy a game, insert a disc. It runs. Bliss. You can do that with a PC. But I'll explain that in further detail later on. In fact, I still believe the PCs are better. This is because pricing on the PCs have been proven by numerous sources, articles, and videos that the console is more expensive because PCs are cheaper on in the long term, and you can actually build a PC that outperforms it for less money. And also, the PC allows for you to change parts, unlike on the console. Now, as far as I know, only on the PS4 you're allowed to freely exchange your storage space, whereas on the Xbox One, you have to buy a completely separate hard drive and plug that into your console. Whereas on the PC, there's many different parts that you can exchange or choose from, such as graphics cards, fans, RAM, etc. First of all, on the subject of pricing, it's true that on the PC, they usually cost more upfront. However, in the long term, the PC is obviously the most cost-effective option. To go further into detail, if you want a relatively good PC that can run most games, except for the really high-end recent titles, at medium to high graphical settings, it'll run you for around $400. A console, which runs at about the same graphical settings, will usually cost you $250. This may seem like a very easy win for the console, because $250 is what? $150 less than the PC. But since the console makes you pay for, in quotations, premium internet service to play online, in a couple of years you would have paid more than you would have on the PC. On the PC, it costs no money to play on the internet, so there's absolutely no reason that the console should have such a thing. And not only that, almost all new games released on the console are $75 here in Canada. Contrast to the PC, where many or most of the games usually cost around $40. That is even more money that you have to spend on the console, contrast to the PC. Now, in addition, it's also known that with the console, the only component you can swap freely is storage space. Contrast to that, on a PC, the user has complete freedom of what parts he would like to or she would like to use on their PC. This is a critical pro for the PC. That's because it gives the user complete freedom of choice for what they would like to spend their money and how they would like to do it. Now, unlike the console, you're only locked to one system, and you can't really change anything. Even in the games, you can't change anything. Now, to give an example, you could get a high-end $1,000 PC, which is like, whoa, $1,000. But if you simply want a medium to high-end computer, just like I said previously, you could pay $400 with a GTX 1050 graphics card and 8 gigabytes of RAM. The 400 variant already outperforms the console since it's not locked at 30 frames per second, which is what most console games, at least the AAA ones or the newly released ones that demand more hardware capabilities, are locked at. On top of that, it's a lot more versatile. To illustrate further, the versatility comes from the fact that on the PC, there's many more options in the settings, such as field of view, which on most console games is locked relatively low, which is about 80 degrees. This could make the player or user feel cramped or nauseated, unlike the PC where you could adjust it to suit your liking. In addition, another great pro for the versatility or compatibility on PC is mods. Mods are extra downloadable content that were made by fans for fans. Contrast to the PC, on the console, you can't even get mods, on, or your choice is limited and paid for, such as Fallout 4 on console. Now, even so, many amounts of console elitists would say otherwise to my percent points. To elaborate, the most common opposing point to the PC versus console debate is the, in quotations again, low price of console. This is a common misconception spread throughout the gaming community by console elitists such as JTech TV. It stems from the fact that if you wish, you can buy a very expensive PC, but on the console, you're only locked to around $250 to $500. I can disprove this due to the fact that there have been many numerous articles and videos where people have created console killers, PCs which are around the same price as consoles but outperform them. One article on PCPartPicker.com by the name of The Ultimate Console Killer has a PC that costs $279, which is only a bit over the average console price in US. It's a US article, by the way. And unlike the console, it can run at real 1080p, whereas on the console, you're locked sometimes to 1080i, which is not the full resolution, and 60 frames per second. Secondly, console elitists would also like to boast about the simplicity on the console and how you can, in quotations, plug and play, and how the PC is, in quotations again, hard to set up. Personally, I'm no technician, but if a 13-year-old boy can set up his own PC in a few minutes, there should be nothing stopping a grown man to do the same. This is but another misconception that the PC games are hard to install and that consoles simply have a cartridge or disc. However, console games are getting more demanding, so you have to download on top of just a disc. It's similar to the PC, where you just hit download and it does download. Finally, in my opinion, the PC is definitely of greater value compared to the console. This is because in the long term, PCs are cheaper, you can create a better system for less or equal, including the benefits of come with the PC, such as doing your homework, calculating things, watching videos with ease. As well, they provide the user freedom of choice for their hardware and settings on games, in addition to mods. Also, the opposing view is incorrect due to misconceptions caused by elitists poisoning the gaming community. Now, ultimately, it's fine to enjoy whatever system you want, however, don't spread misinformation about the PC or console.